Okay, so I just wanted to do a little catch-up video here on the shop updates, all the projects have had going. Just been busy, customers' cars, lots of big projects, full restorations. There's 5 cars here at the moment, another one coming at the end of this month. I have some other ones that I gotta get to also before the winter on some small jobs. But some of them they're all in different stages. 2 of them are back from paint, which I'll show you here in a second. But I'll just take you around, show you each of the cars that are here right now, and then get to some update videos along the process on some of them. I actually have a really cool, exciting car that's coming soon that I don't want to mention about, but it's pretty awesome. Excited to do it, full restoration on that one also. But so this is one here that I'm in the middle of. It's actually, I'm just doing a couple things right now to get it ready to go to a custom interior shop. I believe they're going to use Corvette seats. They're making some custom upholstery, and I think they're going to do some overlays. They're making a one-piece headliner type of thing. I'm not exactly sure on all the details, but they're going to do the interior on it, and then it's going to come back, and I'm going to finish everything up. But this is 67 fastback. It's pretty much going to a Shelby type clone. Resto mod, Coyote, 6-speed manual. Drivelines all setting in place, bolted down, and then I just started pretty much working on wiring to get everything just laid out so I can figure out all the wiring on it, because it does have air conditioning kit that's going on. I have electric fans. I have you know, fuel pump because it's fuel injected. All that stuff needs wired up and working together. So there's a couple different systems that I gotta integrate, and I like to cut out wires that aren't going to get used, just so there's not dead wires in there. But you can see everything's just sprawled out, and I use painless wire harnesses for my main Mustang body, and then I have Ford Performance for a control pack for the Coyote on this car, which is my go-to also. But so all I did on the inside is Dynamat, did some odds and ends that are going to get covered by the interior, so it should be good to go. I will have to pull some of it out, like the door panels will have to come back off so I can do the door glass and whatnot, but they can at least have everything made up and get that stuff done so I can move on to the rest of it. But back end's pretty much together. We have billet hinges front and back for the trunk and for the hood. Lots of matching stuff. I try to match, coordinate billet stuff. All my stainless hardwares that are exposed, like fuel tank, all the hold downs for like the brackets, all that, the trunk bracket, that stuff all gets stainless hardware that I put on. So anything that you see is all stainless to try and match the quality of the build and just finish out the details. It'll have some stainless fender show hardware that I actually make, which I can show in another video that I have for sale on my website. Black anodized washers that go underneath the stainless bolt. But let's put this car up in the air and I can show you the bottom side of it here real quick. Alright, bottom side. I like to stick with parts that I know have worked on past builds. This is a aeromotive tank, which keeps all your lines on the bottom side of the car instead of running them inside the trunk and then having them come down underneath. Keeps everything on the bottom side already. Mustang's Zephyr for the whole rear end, rear suspension. They make a kit that will bolt or weld into frame pockets there that everything attaches to, and they send everything out powder coated. You can get the whole assembled rear together with the brakes, brake lines, everything all made. You just have to put it in the car, assemble all the brackets and pieces in the end, but they make a really nice kit for that. That's good to go. Coil over, Watts link, suspension, so it's a really nice setup that they make there. Front end has the Mustang Zephyr full-length subframe, which comes the whole way back, ties into the rear rails here, which are welded in, and have subframe connectors welded in. The whole thing is continuously welded in. So Coming up front, I have T56. It's a Mustang Zafira transmission cross member. They have it figured out on their kits. That's why I like to use theirs, to where they can get the engine transmission sitting right, that you don't have to notch out your tunnel or anything, clearance on the top side. The only thing I have to clearance a little bit in the end, which is a little tough to see, but where the shifter hole is, you have to do a little bit of clearancing, and I usually cut these bosses off the transmission here where it gets tight, which I knew from past ones, just to notch those off to clearance there. They're like a mid-length header. That way, where I make up my connection here going back, they're not hanging super low underneath the car. A lot of the aftermarket long tubes for the conversions here, they just hang the lowest part on the car, and they just look terrible to me. So I found that these work the best. They're off of Summit. I can't think of the name of those at the moment, but like I said, the front suspension, that's all Mustang Zafira. Everything's all in place. I just got to mount my steering column to make it steerable on the top side so I can go to the next shop. But AC, compressor, everything's all mounted on the front. I just got to get the alternator on, so then I can wire that stuff in too. But everything's super clean. They have everything powder coated from Mustang Zafira, like I said, even on the front end. So, and I have just stuff kind of mocked up into place. You can see my computer's going to be on the back side there, and I'll make some splash shield coverings that can't get any kind of moisture or water splashed up in it at all. So, but that's the 67. I'll jump over to the yellow 70 Boss 302. It is a Boss 302. Just going back to an original restoration on this one. This one had pretty much every piece of sheet metal replaced on it. Roof, full quarters, doors, fenders, rockers, one-piece floor. It's just the inner skeleton structure is left over. Firewall forward, everything's new. The cowl, everything's all new. I just have the fenders are just hanging in place, so they're not sitting around the shop having a chance to get banged up. But this one, I did a good bit of stuff on it. Once it came back from paint, I have all the front suspension brakes sitting in place. Everything's powder coated brackets. I do all my powder coating here. I did most of the back end on this car, aside from the rear bumper needs to go on yet, but trunk, weather strip, all that stuff's latched in place. Tanks in. No wiring ran yet. That's going to get original style wiring that they remake. And they actually don't make these taillights anymore for the Boss 302 because they're supposed to be blacked out like that. So I got the chrome pairs, scuffed them, painted them. It turned out pretty good. But like I said, that one's going back to original. The customer on this car is going to do the drive line himself, but I'm doing pretty much everything else. All the glass has got to go in, wiring, dash. You can see I have some of the dash pieces set in place, well, behind the dash. Heater box, some of the pedal stuff set in place, rear package tray area. Headliner's done in it, and the sail panels. And then I'll just bolt in some of the stuff that's in the engine bay here. You can see I got a couple things in place. But that one's gonna be on hold for a little bit, and then I'll jump back to that. I have some sheet metal jobs to do next, which these are two of them. Top one, 67 coupe. It was actually out of shop for, I think the customer said, about 3 years, and that's as far as they got. This is actually a really cool, different type of build here. This one has a full chassis from Schwartz Performance with the Coyote 6-speed all mocked up. Those are Mustang Zafira long tubes, which you can see they hang down a little bit, but they're actually not as low as some of the other stuff. They actually tuck up pretty well for a long tube. But this is a full frame, all done powder coated with bare brakes all around. It's actually a really nice setup, but the body's kind of just sitting on top in place. They did some sheet metal work, but it all needs redone. It was done incorrectly. Like I said, this is a 67 coupe. The rad support is a 6970. Both front aprons are 6970. For some reason, they put the wrong ones on. They didn't even know it. So that stuff all needs redone. The firewall is kind of boogered up, so that's going to get changed again. And the cow panel, how they have that welded on, if I could show you, it looks terrible. So that's going to come back out. The floor pan was changed. The main one-piece floor pan was changed, and that needs to come back out. So in the way that they cut out the holes on the transition pan, let's see if I can get up in there. You can kind of see peeking through there, the light, all those holes going across of where they took out that bottom transition pan piece where your shocks would mount. That's completely boogered up. So this is getting the entire one-piece floor front to back. That's from this trunk brace the whole way forward to the firewall. It's getting a one-piece one. It needs a taillight panel. It needs both quarter panels. So it's pretty much everything. Gonna get it back on that frame, mounted the way that it should be, and then send the body off to paint. But that's a full restoration job there. It would be a pretty cool car. Next one, 72 Mach 1. Actually a local guy to me. He's had it for a long time, I believe since high school. Going back to mostly original, other than I think the engine is getting hopped up a little bit. It's going to have a 5-speed put in it. Not sure if upgrading any of the brakes or anything like that, but it will stay the silverish gray that it is. I believe with also the red Mach 1 interior. So that I have cut apart, ready to get blasted. I'm just waiting on my sandblast guy to be ready to do it. But it doesn't need as much sheet metal as a lot of the other stuff. It does need the front, all 4 aprons, but the rails are good. Most of the floor pans are good. Trunk floor is good, except for the drop off, which I've cut off so I cut off the quarters because it's getting full quarters put on it. That way all that stuff, the structure can get sandblasted. So most of the stuff that you see on it is going to get reused. I'm able to reuse doors, trunk lid, that stuff's going to get blasted, so it'll be nice for mocking up. And I do have NOS quarters that he got back in the 80s that will be used on this as well. So that car should line up just kind of like it did from the factory. That'll be a pretty cool project too. That's a full restoration. So just these 4 alone are full restorations. Everything's all customer cars anymore. Doesn't make sense with the pricing on what people want for shells, rusty shells, to sell shells anymore. I still get a lot of emails looking for shells for sale. Just not something that I've been able to do just because it's kind of been priced out for me to do a shell, to make it affordable in the end. To find the rusty one with a title, the price of sheet metal has gone through the roof. So it's tough to do that. So I just fill up my schedule with customers' cars. Last one is the 65 that I did videos on last. That's over in the small garage. I'm actually doing body work on that to be able to paint it. That could be some other videos, but I'd like to get back into getting some videos out here this year. I just need to make time for it is all. Just been busy. So bear with me. I appreciate people that have stuck around to watch. But hopefully this updates you. Also, you can see I did a lot of rearranging. That's one thing I was going to go over. I rearranged the shop all over again. Most of my stuff, everything that was on this wall over here has all been moved. I moved my boxes up front. I actually have a lathe that was my grandfather's that's going to come. I'm going to put that in place over here. Small surface grinder. I'd like to get a Bridgeport to put all over here so I can do some small machining work. But got 2 Advantage lifts. I got one earlier this year, the beginning of the year. Well, the beginning of last year, 25, I got my second Advantage lift so I can work off of them because I'm pretty much always going to have 2 painted cars at a time, it seems like. And then I just have storage lifts in the back. That's my original 4-post lift that I had back in the day that I started off of. And then I just picked up this one, which is a backyard buddy. I just got this probably about 3 weeks ago, which I'm excited about having that one. I'm going to have a video on bringing my cars back over so I can drive them this coming spring and summer. My green 66 daily driver, which I had some videos on. I'll bring that back over, and my wife's 64.5 convertible that I fully restored. That's a poppy red car. I have, I believe, one video on that somewhere from years ago. That's been done probably close to 10 years now that car's been done. So I'm going to bring them back both over here so I can have them on the lift. I have them staged right so I can just drive right underneath this one out the door. So it's all set up to be functional here and move everything. But at least I'll have those back that I can enjoy them and drive them and get them out. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully that catches you up on what I've been doing, what I've been up to. And yeah, I'm gonna start pumping out some videos. So let me know what stuff that you'd like to see. I'm gonna have videos on doing some measurements on sheet metal, on these sheet metal jobs. I'll give out measurements here. Just try and help people out with their builds as much as I possibly can with these videos is my goal. And to inform and help anyone out that's doing similar things. Encourage me. I need some encouragement to get some videos going. I know people have messaged me. I appreciate it. And that's it for this video. I appreciate you watching. See you in the next one.